In the deepest archives of ancient Babylon, beyond the cuneiform tablets displayed in museums, lie fragments of a cosmic truth so profound that it was deliberately obscured from human memory. The goddess Tiamat, whom mainstream archaeology dismisses as merely another mythological sea monster, may have been something far more extraordinary. A living celestial entity whose astronomical influence shaped the very fabric of prophecy, catastrophe, and cosmic rebirth. When you witness a blood moon rising like a crimson eye against the darkness, you are glimpsing what the Babylonians called the blood of Tiamat, a phenomenon that connects our modern skies to an ancient cosmic drama that may still be unfolding. Tonight, we journey beyond the sanitized versions of mythology to explore how Tiamat represents not just primordial chaos, but a hidden astronomical reality that continues to influence our world through eclipses, celestial alignments, and prophetic cycles that mainstream science refuses to acknowledge. The Mesopotamian sage Berossus, writing in the 3rd century BCE, preserved fragments of what he called the secret astronomy of the priests. Among these fragments lies a tantalizing passage. Tiamat dwells not in the waters below, but in the waters above, the celestial ocean from which all light and darkness flow. This is no poetic metaphor. For the Chaldean astronomers, the most sophisticated stargazers of the ancient world, Tiamat represented an actual cosmic principle that manifested through specific astronomical phenomena, particularly the red-tinged lunar eclipses that terrorized ancient civilizations and continue to mesmerize modern observers. As we descend into this hidden knowledge, prepare to discover how the story of Tiamat's defeat by Marduk may encode the memory of an actual celestial catastrophe, one whose effects still ripple through our solar system, manifesting as the mysterious Planet X that modern conspiracy theorists seek, the asteroid belt that orthodox astronomy cannot fully explain, and the prophetic cycles that ancient texts claim will culminate in Tiamat's inevitable return. The conventional understanding of Tiamat begins and ends with the Enuma Elish, Babylon's creation epic, where she appears as a primordial goddess of saltwater chaos who births monsters and wages war against the younger gods. This sanitized interpretation, however, deliberately obscures the far more complex astronomical identity that Tiamat possessed within the secret teachings of Mesopotamian mystery schools. When we examine the untranslated commentaries preserved in private collections and the astronomical texts that Orthodox scholars rarely discuss, a radically different picture emerges. The Chaldean priest astronomers, whose mathematical precision in predicting celestial events remained unmatched until the Renaissance, possessed a sophisticated understanding of Tiamat as what they termed a wandering star, a celestial body whose irregular orbit brought it into periodic alignment with Earth, creating the astronomical conditions for major prophetic events. The cuneiform text known as the Tiamat Observations, discovered in the personal library of a Babylonian royal astronomer but never fully translated for public consumption, describes her as the star that bleeds and the wanderer who brings the red shadow to Nanna's face, clearly referring to her connection with lunar eclipses. This astronomical Tiamat was understood to possess a dual nature that perfectly reflects the complex cosmology of ancient Babylon. As the principle of primordial chaos, she represented the cosmic forces that existed before the ordered universe came into being. But simultaneously, as a specific celestial entity, she embodied the ongoing tension between order and chaos that plays out in the heavens through eclipses, cometary appearances, and planetary alignments. The Babylonians believed that understanding Tiamat's astronomical nature was essential for interpreting the will of the gods and predicting the rise and fall of civilizations. The mystery schools of Babylon taught that Tiamat's influence could be detected through careful observation of what they called the red signs, astronomical phenomena characterized by reddish colorations in normally white or yellow celestial objects. These included not only lunar eclipses, but also the periodic reddening of certain stars, the appearance of red-tinged comets, and most significantly, the phenomenon known as Tiamat's bleeding, where Mars would appear unusually bright and red during specific planetary conjunctions. This secret astronomical knowledge was carefully guarded because it supposedly provided the key to understanding cosmic cycles that repeated every 3,600 years, a figure that modern researchers have connected to theoretical orbital periods of hypothetical trans-Neptunian planets. The priests believed that during these cycles, Tiamat would return to prominence in Earth's skies, bringing with her the prophetic fulfillment of ancient predictions about global transformation, the collapse of existing orders, and the birth of new cosmic ages. Archaeological evidence supporting this astronomical interpretation comes from recently discovered star charts in private collections that show celestial tracking systems far more sophisticated than anything publicly acknowledged from the ancient world. The call has been made. The collection of our first 10 sacred ebooks is now available with an incredible 50% discount. Follow the path through the links in the description and pinned comment. These charts plot not only the familiar planets and fixed stars, but also track the movements of what appear to be additional celestial bodies, including one consistently marked with the symbol of Tiamat, a serpentine dragon wrapped around a blood-red circle. The epic battle between Marduk and Tiamat, immortalized in the Enuma Elish, takes on profoundly different meaning when interpreted through the lens of ancient astronomical knowledge rather than simple mythology. The text describes Marduk as wielding the four winds and a great net to capture Tiamat, then splitting her body in half to create the heavens and the earth. While modern readers interpret this as primitive creation mythology, the initiated priests of Babylon understood it as an encoded description of an actual cosmic catastrophe, a celestial collision or gravitational disruption that fundamentally altered the structure of our solar system. The astronomical details embedded within the myth are remarkably specific. Marduk's four winds correspond precisely to what ancient astronomers understood as the four primary planetary influences that could destabilize a celestial body's orbit. His great net aligns with their understanding of gravitational fields that could capture and redirect cosmic objects. Most tellingly, the description of Tiamat's body being split in half to form heaven and earth parallels modern theories about planetary formation through accretion and collision, suggesting that ancient observers may have witnessed or retained cultural memory of actual astronomical events. The Babylonian astronomical texts speak of a time when Tiamat ruled the night sky as a visible wandering star whose brightness rivaled Venus. According to these accounts, this celestial Tiamat followed an erratic orbit that brought it into close proximity with other planets, creating gravitational disturbances that manifested as unusual weather patterns, increased seismic activity, and the appearance of spectacular auroras even at low latitudes. The approaching conflict with Marduk, identified astronomically with Jupiter, represents the gravitational interaction